evangelism and church planting across Lancashire. I've been interested in church planting for over 25 years, since my brother-in-law was involved in cross-cultural church planting in Central Asia. I just thought there's lots of wisdom out there in the international church planting movements that could really influence us today. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world, and a city on a hill cannot be hidden." And 5 years ago I started interceding seriously for the Northwest, and then the country, and then beyond there. And since that point I've been starting to live with a vision of beacons being lit, fanned into flame by prayer. And literally in the space of just a couple of years, about 10 different people mentioned this picture to me, and at the point when I thought I was going mad, my spiritual director emailed me out of nowhere and said, "Jill, I have this picture of you fanning beacons into flame with prayer." And for me, the beacons have become a wonderful picture of Christians, boys, girls, older people, whoever, who are on fire with the Spirit of God, who naturally are shining the light of Jesus into all the different communities they find themselves. This is really well for me depicted in a lovely scene in The Lord of the Rings, where when the battle's at its worst, a tiny little hobbit climbs up onto the beacon site, and he manages to light the beacon, and you see this amazing cinematography of beacons being lit across the hills, and Gandalf sees them and says, "Hope has come, hope has come." So I think you as pioneers have a critical role to play, and we absolutely need pioneers in the church today, not just to light beacons themselves, but to be to mobilise beacon lighters. D.L. Moody said this, he said, "I'd rather have 10 men do my work than do the work of 10 men. I'll forgive you for meeting in East Anglia, but why not take a leaf out of the book of the Northern Saints? In particular, the not so well known St. Cardamon. St. Cardamon was a cattle herder in a monastery run by Hilda, and he found himself very tongue-tied and found it very hard to speak. But one day he falls asleep and he has this dream where he can hear this heavenly song. When he wakes up, he can still hear the song. So he tells his boss, and his boss tells Hilda, and Hilda gets him to sing this song at the feast. And basically he's singing the gospel in the everyday Anglo-Saxon language for the very first time. And this is almost opens a door on people hearing the gospel in a new way. And maybe some of you know that the 7th century in the north marked incredible flowering of mission. So we need our St. Cardamons out there. Maybe you'll know some of those people in your own networks, but we also need Hildas who are going to spot those cardamons and call them out, because often they're very tongue-tied. And also we need Aidens. Aidan was the Bishop of Lindisfarne, and he spotted St. Hilda. She was on her way to France. What a mistake. And he called her back, and come back to the north, is where you're from. Come and set these monasteries. And she enabled a whole stream of evangelists and church planters and bishops from the north to come. So finally, what are your next steps? 3 words, here we are: pray, pray and pray. Church planting movements have always been accompanied by a high level of intercessory prayer. There is no shortcut, as much as we'd like it in the West to rely on our clever schemes. There is no shortcut to asking for God to shift the powers and authorities in the heavenly realms so that people can hear the gospel in their own language, so these gifts can be released, so that beacons can start, not just in the obvious places, but in the darkest and most forgotten places across our country. So I wish you well. More than I wish, I pray God's blessing on you. May there be many fire starters here today who go out not just to light beacons, but call out many people to light beacons, so that one day soon our country will be ablaze with the light of Jesus.